My name is Jan. You can find me on the Twitters and the emails. If you have any questions that you can't ask later, I usually say I'm around for questions, but I'm not sure how long I'm going to be around today. So please Twitter or email me if you have any questions. Apologies, I made that. So Tuesday last week, Alex from the Hood.ie team made a blog post that a shit ton of people have seen. Who has seen the offline first blog post? Alright, a bunch. That's nice. Thank you. That's cool. For the others, don't worry about it. You will learn a lot of new things. Who here has heard of Hood.ie? A few things? Alright, cool. I can explain what Hood.ie is. I'll show what Hood.ie is. That's cool. This is scary UI. And I'm faking things. So the original demo is the thing that you see commented out here is like type live, but I'm in no condition to do that. Like I can barely talk, let alone code format. So I'll be uncommenting things as I explain them. I hope that's all right. To get going, I need to start a Hood.ie. That looks like this. I type in Hood.ie start, and I get a nice banner, and there's a bit of gobbledygook. And then I have a Hood.ie drawing app that looks like this. A canvas, a create account, a sign-in button, a download button, and a clear button. And they don't do anything. Except for the create account and sign-in buttons, they create these really nicely scaled, thank you, forms, but if I send them, they don't do anything. So it just does the UI parts. But it's a drawing app, so I can draw things. Let's see how creative. It does random colors, and it's quite fun. And in fact, like that app existed, somebody else did that, but it's like an in-browser thing. And Hood.ie makes it really easy to like wrap the rest of the app that you need around it to user sign in, store the data, sync it a little bit, do the downloads and the sharing. Sharing. There needs to be another button somewhere. We'll find it later, maybe. This is going great. So I can draw, and when I reload the page, then the drawing is gone. I hit command. I'll do this with the UI. So I draw something here, and then here's the reload button that I hope complete, and hit it, and then all is gone. It's boo. So the first thing we do is try to make this persistent. So we'll swap back into the code. Tabby magic. We'll use this. This is a standard jQuery event handler. I don't have to explain this to you, I hope. I'm sure I don't have to. We're grabbing some data from our... I'm explaining the wrong thing. Before we can store anything, we need to be able to sign up, right? Alright, we'll create this account. I'll make this a little bit smaller. Can you still see this, so it's a little bit prettier. My username is Jan, my password is also Jan, don't tell anyone. That didn't do anything, right? Because it still says create account and now it should say, and gives me a sign in, it should say hello Jan and give me a sign out option, obviously, right? So we've uncommented this, I'll save this and then reload the page, try the thing again. It would be really nice if we focus this. Now it says, it doesn't even say hello, it just says yeah. I can sign out, I can sign in again. So that seemed to have worked, that was quite easy. So what did I do? I have this event handler, I'm grabbing a few items just from the form that I just showed you, and I'm using Hood.ie, account sign up, username and password. That's how you create an account in Hood.ie. So we kind of thought you can do like matching like a DOM element and assign a class to it, and it's a really intuitive API. Why shouldn't you be able to sign someone up with a very similarly intuitive API? It's nearly 2014, so this should be doable, right? And we worked long and hard to make this a reality. So let's see, what do we do next? All right, now it's the thing that I mentioned earlier. So as you can see, I can draw and I'll do the command R because that's faster, but I will tell you what I do. So I'll reload and then it's all gone. We just pick up where we left earlier. And then I type all these things here, but without errors, I swear. This is just an event handler that the app uses later that we just hook into the first one here. And we want to store paths. And we do this by using the Hood.ie store API. Hood.ie store add and putting the path in here with the tag our objects, and then we just put the path in there. The next thing we do when the app starts, we also look for all the paths, and for each one, we'll just draw them. And draw paths is another thing that the app just does for us. So this is to set up the storing all the stuff while we write it, and when we open the app, when it gets loaded, we load all the data and display it. So let's see if that worked. Let's save the thing. All right, let's reload this. And I can draw, and I can draw, and now I'll reload. When it stays there, you can see the flicker now. My drawings are great, by the way. I should have practiced a little. All right, so that was easy, right? Data storage like that was pretty cool. I'll do my. Actually, the other cool thing. Can I do this already? Oh, I think I can try. Let's pretend I'll have another hoodie over here. That's just a different browser or a different app. I'll sign in as another one here. Sign in as me. There's nothing to see here yet. I'm signing in here over. Well, Jesus Christ, what's with the preflip things? Alright, so I'm signing in as Jan. I'm drawing the thing. I'm signing in here. Oh, my thing is here as well. So this is too scary. Right? So I logged in into twice into my app, and the backend that you didn't see, which this whole thing is about, that you don't have to worry about the backend, did all the magic that things happen in two logins, so you can share between two devices. But now while I'm here, drawing is fun, and you could join in as well, and when we draw here, it would be really cool if it would show up over there, right? Or if it was, shows up over there, but it doesn't. So we've got to hop back to the code. And that's all the code that does that. Shouldn't very much code. This is another Hood.ie core API. Our data store that Hood uses has events, and we can listen for events of the type add. And then we're actually looking for objects of the type path. If you remember earlier, we tagged our objects, they're also path. And so whenever we're adding a path, and the person who writes the path is not the same browser client as them that you need to be there, then draw that path, so that you don't draw your own paths twice immediately. Let's see if that works. I've got to reload both browsers. So by now everything is synced, of course. If we want to save the password, go ahead. So if everything goes well, now if I draw here, it shows up on the other side. Oh wait, so I can draw around. That was easy. Well, there's a flower. Randomly. A last flower appears. Alright, would be nice if you can clear all that crap. The clear button doesn't do anything. This is just to demonstrate that the Hood.ie Store API is a full-fledged database API. So when we click the clear button, we call the remove all with our object tag path, so all path will be deleted. And then we also sign up for remove events for the object path on the database or in the store object, and then we clear the UI from that. And this is just to show that whatever your data storage code is doesn't have to also do your UI updating code. We call these best practices. We should do this. So we don't have to do the remove the drawing here in the database code. Usually this will live in different files if you have a big project, so this is kind of nice. So let's see if this works. Oh, I don't know if I saved the code. So let's see. Clear. It doesn't work. I should save the thing. It should be better. So let's see if this works. Yay! I can clear a thing, and now if we swap to the Firefox, the clear has been synced. That's interesting. Let's see if we've got to do something else to do that to make that work. Nope. That should have worked. Oh, I hadn't reloaded. That's correct. Right. So we'll do this works and then. Excellent. Thank you. Good audience. Alright, so that's just like all the regular stuff you need in whatever regular web app, right? But I want to download my drawings because well, I think they're cool. So let's populate a download button. See if that works. Reload the thing over here. I can make this bigger again. So I'm doing. This is my hamburger. So it doesn't. Ooh, that didn't work. Let's try again. Oh, that worked. Let's see. If I can look at this over here. Alright, that's my hamburger. That was pretty nice. And so, what did I do here? What's this magic? I was just download. Oh, this just Hood.ie comes with a download function, and then The app can give you a PNG of the thing, and then that's pretty easy. This makes a larger point, though. There could be infinite complexities behind making this. So maybe I want a PDF, and I actually have, like, I'm drawing vectors, so the PDF could be rendered on the server somewhere, really fancy and high resolution, and then offered for download, but the code wouldn't have to change. This is the idea of, you may have heard of one of the things that we're doing with Hood.ie is doing a thing called no backend, which doesn't mean you don't have any backend, because that would be silly, but it means we shouldn't think about the backend. So whether we're rendering this with LaTeX or Markdown, or we're just getting the PNG buffer from the browser and send it to the client without ever hitting a server, the client code should never worry about that. That's what that no backend thing is about. So that's quite nice. So basically showing a lot of magic code, but still. Oh yeah, and the last thing, I haven't set that up properly, but I'll show you how it should work. Yeah, I'll blend Wi-Fi. This is the same idea. I want to now have my hammer drawing and share it with you. Alan A. Pike at Steamflow, right?
Alan.
Oh, just Alan?
A-L-L.
Jesus Christ, it's way too long. I'll send it to you. I'll forward it to you. I sent an email from a browser. We could do that like ages ago with mail to it, but that sucks. It's, again, really, really late in about time. So sending emails with Hood.ie, it's just Hood.ie email send. We'll come over here. We put in the recipient, put in the from address. I guess that didn't work. It depends on the setup a little bit. Put in the subject, the body, and oh, we're having this get drawing thing again that we used earlier for the download, but we're putting it in an attachment. And then when that would show, I'll get an email later, basically, because I'm wrong now. That email will get sent later. This is a lame demo, but usually like the email talks out now and everybody goes, this is the first time I'm giving this, I don't know what the usual audience reaction is. But this is, again, the point of we can wrap infinite complexities behind really tight APIs. That's basically what it really does for you. Where are you? If you see on the, oh, there's another thing I want to show you. First, so what, because the talk is called offline first, I'm going to show something offline, right? So to simulate offline, because I'm actually offline, the app, the server is running on my machine, to simulate offline, I just kill the server, right? What's more offline than not having a server? So I'll go back to the app. I shouldn't have reloaded because I can't load the assets. So, thank God I have Firefox. There's tons of stuff you can do with app cache to avoid that. If you work around the douchebaggy things. I can go around over here. And, well, I can go online again. Then I go back to I log in on my other machine again. And lo and behold, the stuff is there. Cool, right? Let's try the same in the other direction. I kill the server, I'm offline. I'm not hitting reload again. Writing a bunch of things down here. Drawing. Restarting the server. And then reloading the thing over here. I don't do live read. Oh, actually, that looks good. Should have done it for scale. So, what happens if we're both offline? So I draw this thing over here, I draw a thing over here, and then I go back online. Load, and lo and behold, we can be both offline and all the data comes back. Now, if I could have typed that fast, I would have built like a fully functional login and everything app in 10 minutes without the actual UI parts, which I steal from other people. So, who sees a problem with this?
Well, conflict resolution for one, like.
Good question. Other people see other problems with this?
File size?
Sorry?
File size for the images?
Yeah, that's also good, because eventually, yeah, good point.
What happens if the data, if it's a data and both are updating the same data?
Yes, very good. That's the same thing he said, sorry, but I'm just going with this. The problem is like what happens if you like overwrite someone else's thing, right? And so we thought we have Hood.ie and just that thing. And oh god, our users, like the people who build apps on top of Hood.ie, will run into this issue. How do we handle conflicts? What do we do? And then we thought, well, human-computer interaction, HCI, and user experience, that is a wide explored field. We'll just go into their standard library and figure out their conflict resolution best practices. We went and looked. Wait, I have a slide for this. So, we haven't looked very hard and it's intentional. Like, we're going out and saying there's no literature about this. And I'm waiting, like, we're all nerds, right? Like, there's one literature about this, I'll prove you wrong, and I want this, like, gimme, right? So, but I'll say on stage, and there's a video camera maybe on video, there is no literature about best practices in user interface design for handling conflict resolution, handling conflict situations. And that's kind of why we started with this whole offline first thing. It lives on offlinefirst.org, and it's an invitation to the larger user interface, developer, designer community to figure this out, because we need to figure this out. We think this is important, and this isn't. We solved this, and here's like all our recipes. But this is like there will be a GitHub organization to collect everything and want to like produce lots of content and useful stuff and guidelines for people. So what kind of things are we looking at here? Any Instagram users here? So what happens when you're offline and you try to post a picture? Excellent, you get an error. So the designers of Instagram did not think it was expected that a mobile phone could be in an offline state. Right, so my friend Tiffany, she was in England as well, and we had a hotel that you had to like type in a password in like a web popover thing, like stupid annoying, and it's like a 8-digit and character thing, and it's optimized for desktops, but she was on her phone, and she mistyped the thing late at night, stone drunk, maybe drunk, I don't know. Probably wasn't drunk. Mistyped anyway, and she got back, system error 6517, invalid code. So the designers of that system didn't foresee that someone would put in an error code that was not what the system would expect. That would expose the underlying, like, whatever logic the system has, the system considering to an end user and call it an error. In the same way that Instagram says, well, your phone is offline, error, this is bad. Instead of saying, well, I got your photo, I couldn't post it, I will do ASAP, cool? That's what Instagram should say, right? There's other scenarios where you actually, like, you want the immediacy, like you want to respond to someone and, well, you're offline and then, like, it's actually an error, but that depends on the application, what you say now. Maybe it's, hey, I got your data, I couldn't send it, I'm sorry, should I try again later, or what do I do? Like, and I struggled explaining this because we don't have vocabulary to talk about this. These scenarios don't have standard names, right? There's none, there's nothing, nada. I'm waving my hands, literally, I don't know what to do. So we got to figure this out. So this is, please, thank you. Email, like this is, we had a few comments, we're like, well, some apps have been offline forever and they have metaphors and you're completely ignoring all of that. No, we're collecting all of this, we want this. So email, I'm using IMAP and like I'm one of those who needs all the email on my computer at all times. Like I don't actually use Gmail properly. So I have inboxes and outboxes, so when I'm on the train or wherever else, on the plane, I can write emails and they get sent eventually. Please live in the outbox. And the inbox, we have a metaphor, it's a list, and we can pop like bold items on top of the list that are, as opposed to the non-bold items that are like the new items, like, where's my email thing? Sure, you know how email looks. So we have metaphors for this, like I'm currently offline but we'll send later, and well, there's new stuff coming in from the server, we'll just pop it on top. But what are these like transitional states and the metaphors for that, for a drawing app, or for a music app, or for your web app? I don't know, or it can be native app, I don't care. I don't care about the web versus native. It's like it's all apps that live on things that are connected, maybe. We need a way to talk about this, to deal with this. So, don't know, help? Oh yeah, actually I have a slide, cool. So this is a call to help. There's a mailing list, you can sign up. we're pretty pleased need to figure this out. And it's really, really nice to see. We have gotten tons of feedback. Like 25,000 people listened to the blog post. No, they read the blog post. That's where the title is. They read the blog post. We have like 300 or more signups for the mailing list already. People like Jeffrey Zeltman and Ethan, what's his name, who invented responsive web design. He said, well, this is the next big thing. And we're like, we agree, but it's really cool that you're saying that. Thank you very much. And like people who have been trying to formulate things around that, like we finally gave them a name to run with. And it's like the feedback is phenomenal. And I hope you can join join the conversation and like help us figure this out and give it names. Like I said, best for now, go to offlinefirst.org and sign up to the mailing list, and then we'll send you more links and spam. No spam. We'll just send you a bunch of links where the GitHub lives and how you can contribute and that kind of stuff. But we're really, really, really interested in this, and like the feedback we've gotten so far, we've talked with a bunch of people from Mozilla who originally kicked us into actually thinking about this. So thank you, Mozilla. They're all like, we need this. This is badly required. Like, again, knowledge that we need to acquire. So I noticed coming from the airport, using your lovely SkyTrain, 3G all the way. Good job. In Berlin, London, San Francisco. There's this saying that people from New York build better offline apps than people from San Francisco because they commute more in public transit where Wi-Fi doesn't work, or like 3G doesn't work. So yes, there's these people who say connectivity is getting better, it will be ubiquitous, we'll have LTE everywhere all the time. I agree, that's a really good thing that we're striving for, and it's getting better and better and better, and I actually want that. But we're at least decades away from having that on the entire planet, and I don't actually think we'll have it in all the places forever. Sometimes, well, Alex called it geography is non-negotiable. Sometimes it's just not really feasible to get some connectivity somewhere, and then it needs to go through maybe through the satellite, and then when that breaks, you're offline. We do. And someone else commented like with a nice picture from Nepal or something, like the most beautiful places on earth don't have 3G. So yes, connectivity is getting better. It's going to take a shit ton of time until we get there. And until then, we should make everybody's lives a little bit better by building and designing better apps for mobiles, for desktops, for portables like these. Should do that. That's about my time thing. This isn't adjusted to the time yet, so I don't know what time it is. So I invite you to check out Hood.ie. I should scroll that up a little bit. Oops.
Oh.
Hood.ie lives on Hood.ie, it's the coolest domain ever. Offlinefirst.org, there's mailing lists to sign up for and GitHubs to check out and everything. And I didn't actually explain anything properly, so I may be around for a while and you can talk to me and ask me things. Again, it was lovely having you, a lovely audience, and I hope you had a fantastic day that I've seen very little of. And try to do better next time. Thank you very much.